Hello there, my Divination tribe, and welcome back. So if you couldn't already tell by the title of this video, this is for my air signs. So if you have air anywhere in your chart, meaning Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this reading is for you, okay? And also it's for my cross watchers, because I know you're out there. So with that being said, happy birthday to all of my Geminis out there, and your angel numbers are located at the top of your screen. So let's go ahead and get into your messages. So when it comes to certain relationships in your life, you guys are, kind of on the fence because you have flirt here. You are extending your lighthearted energy to a certain individual. However, you want something more. A lot of you guys understand that although you are entertaining someone who brings some sort of joy or excitement into your life, you understand that you really desire something more, okay? So Spirit is encouraging you to take leadership over your life at this time, to expand your horizons, to plan for your future. What is it that really aligns with your higher self and who you are and what you want for yourself? Right now, this will require that you release someone, okay? If someone isn't everything that you desired or wanted, if they're not fulfilling all of your needs, if this isn't someone you can build a future with, if this isn't someone that you can align your lifestyles with, then you have to really consider or reconsider what you're doing, okay? You are being encouraged to let go of your past, okay? By making space for something new to come in order to have that space, you have to first remove something that's holding that space, okay? So Spirit is saying that you need to make sure that there's a complete ending before you can have a new beginning. You need to make space for new opportunities to come in. Understand that it may be time for you to release and move on, okay? You cannot continue to pour into someone who's not pouring into you. You cannot continue to chase a dream, that's not really tangible, especially if there's someone around you who is also playing the fence or the field, someone who's indecisive of what they truly want, okay? So there were always warning signs here with the 9 of Spades. You were always aware that this person carried a certain energy. I do feel like they did bring in a certain amount of negativity into your life. You're very fearful. Like I said, someone was on the fence here. I do feel like there was a lot of, mystique around the situation, which, intrigued you in some way. It was, like I said, exciting for you. However, this person may have broken your heart multiple times. You were definitely disappointed and let down by this person's behavior or lack thereof, meaning they did not show up for you the way that you may have showed up for them. So over time, you realized that this was self-defeating behavior. You found yourself, having sleepless nights, spending more time alone than you did with this person. So your heart may have longed for them. You may have longed for this relationship. However, they weren't really stepping it up. Like I said, they want something lighthearted, carefree, no strings attached. So this is possibly like a situationship, okay? So Spirit is encouraging you to not only block communication if it already hasn't happened, meaning you guys are no longer speaking to each other or following each other on social media, whatever. Spirit is saying that it's time to detach in order to focus on yourself. There's also a lot of shadow energy here. So understand that you are drawing to you certain aspects of yourself that maybe you don't want to acknowledge. So if you got into this relationship or if you went into this relationship with, no actual destination, meaning you didn't even know what you wanted, or maybe you were non-committal or fearful of making a decision as well. This person, all they did was reflect back to you what was going on internally, okay? So Spirit is saying that it's time for you to spend some time alone. It's time for you to understand that you are in fact being tested by the universe. It's time for you to also face your own shadows, believe in yourself and a higher power. It's time for you to assert yourself. It's time for you to make those sacrifices by leaving someone or something behind. And it's time for you to rise again, and when you do rise again, in order to really get to your highest potential, you're going to have to eliminate what's no longer, the best for you, people, places, and things that no longer serve your highest good. So I do see you coming out on top if this is what you do decide to do, okay? There is a lot of ego at play as well. Someone's very prideful, unwilling to accept, you know, their shortcomings, things of that nature. So it's time to get out of the state of disillusion. It's time to stop wishing or hoping that things would become better. It's time to actually put in the work. Don't be afraid of doing the inner work, okay? So with Strength card coming in here as well, this just confirms everything that Spirit is saying, that you have to be careful what you tolerate, because what you tolerate will persist, okay? You may have been the rock for this person, or vice versa. You may have looked at them as a rock for you. They were your safe place, your safe haven, okay? Now it's time for you to depend on something bigger. Like I said, your inner self, your inner God. It's time for you to tap into that inner strength and courage and face things head on, even if it's unpleasant. You know, you cannot, you can't continue to stay in a state of, like I said, illusion, you know, fantasy, wishful thinking, hopeful thinking. It's time to really do the work. This person was non-committal. They didn't really want a relationship, and they also kept their options open, okay? However, this is the tricky part. When you do decide to, you know, stand up for yourself and stand in your truth, you can expect this person to lash out. So you can expect to receive, you know, those private calls or those DMs or those messages, you know, of them, you know, going off on you. So people who react like the Knight of Swords when you decide to better yourself, that's proof that they never really truly loved you. That's proof that they were keeping you stagnant or stuck. They were limiting your growth in some way, because anyone who truly loves you, they wouldn't be upset by the fact that you are choosing to better yourself or to move on. If they knew that they weren't stepped up to the plate, if they knew they were wasting your time, they wouldn't be upset about the fact that you decided to cut them off and move on. This is almost like, and I hate using this term, but like, it's almost like a narcissist. When that line of communication, you know, that source of energy is cut off, they usually lash out, you know, not because they love you. A lot of people misconstrue this. They think, oh my God, they're fighting for me. They love me. Look at how upset they got. Look how jealous they got. No. They're just upset because they can no longer, you know, suck your energy. So with that being said, when it comes to what you need to, you know, work on and release, you guys have very soon. Again, it comes back to that stagnant energy. You need to decide clearly what it is that you want for your future now. Okay, the universe is open, the veil is thin. They want you to make a decision, to decide what is it that you want to do? What is it that you see for yourself? You can no longer stay on the fence, you know. And I always say, when I see this card, when you send the universe mixed signals, you will receive mixed results. So be very, very clear on what it is that you want. Until you do, you will continue to feel deprived of love, because you're not deciding. How is it if you went to a drive-through and you just sat there and you didn't know what you wanted off the menu? You can't even be upset. You can't even be upset if you don't get what you want. You never chose. You never chose. So you need to make a decision. You make a decision, okay? Make that decision for yourself, okay? Stop crying over spilled milk, your losses, your regrets, you know. It's time to move on, you know. Go after what you want and acknowledge that you played a role in whatever it is that you get as your end result. Whether you were proactive or you weren't active at all, you know, you will receive whatever it is that you put into it. All is not lost. You still have a decision to make. You still have time, okay? So with the Ten of Winter coming in here, this is about a resolution. You have to decide whether you want to stay in this energy of pouring into someone that's not pouring into you and constantly coming up with an L, or you have to decide whether you want to uplift yourself and come out of this situation. This is about a weight being lifted off of your shoulders and ending to an addiction or codependency, okay? Very toxic energy. even if you share some sort of tie to this person with the Ten of Cups, meaning like you share a child or children with this person, this is why you keep, you know, going back and trying to work things out or give them a chance. Understand that you just need to go ahead and forgive the situation. And just because you forgive a person, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have them in your life or allow them to have some sort of control over you or power over you. Okay, you can forgive and keep it, you know, mutual. You know, you can forgive and co-parent. This doesn't mean that you have to have them in your life, especially in a romantic way. They showed you who they were already. They showed you that they would let you down over and over and over. They showed you that they weren't able nor willing to give you the type of love that you truly desired, okay? So make a decision. Do you want to stay in that, or do you want to forgive, overcome these addictions, these shadow selves, these fears, the worries that you carry, the anxiety, the guilt that you carry, and move on, okay? So this person with the Ten of Spades, they definitely misused your trust. Your efforts, whatever you were pouring into this person, they just didn't pay off, okay? They were blocked, and you have to understand the reason why they were blocked. When it's not meant to be, you'll go through hell. You'll be tested, right? But when it's not meant to be, ultimately you'll be shut down, okay? It'll come to a place where you can no longer continue to try to, you know, force your way through. So I feel like the universe is shutting it down. They want you to accept this defeat, you know. Understand that there was a lot of bad communication, miscommunication between you two. This person was more so of a burden than anything else. You should have never tolerated it in the first place. However, it was part of your soul's lesson, you know, your soul's journey. So you may experience a tower moment where everything comes, you know, collapsing on you. Everything falls in on you. So you're left now to clean up a messy situation. Understand that you will always have to experience lows before highs, darkness before light. You will never know what light was unless you experience darkness first. So embrace this opportunity, surrender to it, surrender to a higher power. Understand that this was meant to be, okay? You will grow stronger from this. No experience is ever wasted. So embrace this experience, be open to change. You will experience challenges, okay? However, it will lead you to your higher self, okay? Your heart will be open again. You will experience unconditional love of self. Your cup will overflow. Once you decide to make a decision to cut out what's no longer serving your highest good, what's not the best choices for you, that is a symbol of self-love. When you decide to sacrifice, you are tempted. A lot of you guys are tempted by the flesh. You know, you wanted that perfect family, so you kept trying, you kept forgiving. However, when you decide, when you show the universe, source, the Most High, that I choose me, you will be blessed, you know? You will be rewarded. And you'll be rewarded with unconditional love, you know? So listen to your intuition with the Page of Cups, you know? Tap into your higher self. Tap into your heart, you know? Shed your attachments to the past or what you thought, you know, would be or should be. Let that go. And let your heart lead the way. Let the Most High lead the way. You are being guided from within. You just have to be brave enough to listen, okay? A lot of you guys may hit a really low before you can reach that high. So with the Six of Swords, it's about you possibly going through some sort of a dark phase or depression. This is about you hardly being able to like function, you know, this consuming you in some way. But then you realizing that you have to keep moving, you have to keep going forward. You may have to physically remove yourself. So if you are still sharing a space with this person, like a home or apartment, or maybe you guys work at the same place or whatever. If you're still sharing a space with this person, or you have to be in communication with this person because of a child or children, it may require that you move away, that you separate yourself, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. You have to sever those ties, those cords, okay? In order to get yourself back right. This is about recovery, healing, you know, getting into a new state of mind, seeing things from a different perspective, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. So the Six of Pentacles. So there was something that you were meant to learn from this entire experience, and I do feel like it It taught you a lot about what it is to have an equal give and take, an equal partnership, you know? So it's time to acknowledge the soul lessons that came along with it. And it's also time for you to stop, again, pouring into people who are not pouring into you. It's time for you to stop supporting people who are not supporting you. It's time for you to stop giving your last to people who are only here to take, you know? So learn the soul lessons from that. I do feel like this is a sign that you had to also become the student before you can become the teacher, okay? So when it comes to what you can expect moving forward regarding, you know, relationships or love, you have engagement here. But a lot of you guys are very much so still fearful when it comes to who you can trust and who you can't trust. This may come across as you being very paranoid because you have trust issues because of things that have happened to you in the past. Don't allow, you know, past experiences to keep you trapped in any way. However, what you need to do is learn. Okay, you have the Princess of Autumn. This is about you learning from past decisions, okay? This is about you becoming more knowledgeable of self. This can also represent a lot of you guys, you know, tapping into your power, possibly furthering your education, planning for your future, returning to school, using your past experiences as, you know, the push that you needed to go beyond your limitations. So understand that you are the magician, and you know what I like to call this, magician, aka the alchemist. You have everything within yourself to create the type of future that you desire, whether it's in career, love, whatever. Everything is within you. However, when it comes to trusting anyone who tries to come back around during this time, I do believe that we have like what four or five planets in retrograde: Venus, Mercury, Saturn. Is it Jupiter as well? I don't know. Leave a comment below. So understand that you will have, you know, people who have shown and proven to be untrustworthy, trying to come back in from your past, trying to engage in you, trying to get in your business, trying to intrigue you or tempt you to come back to them. But if you've learned those lessons, if you've done your homework, if you've studied yourself and these people and you paid attention, then you know that this person may be just using you to get what they want. This is someone who can also be telling you what they think you want to hear in order to get something out of you. So this may lead to disharmony. This person may come in to, again, limit you or block you from your true destiny. So this is about you, again, being in that dilemma state, you know, going back and forth, again, riding the fence. What is it that you want to do? You can no longer remain indecisive. You have to decide. Remember, very soon. Remember, flirt. That's that temptation, okay? So they're saying that this person is only here because they want to complicate your life. They want to set you back. This person is an agent, okay? So there's lies, deception, secrets here. Oh, there's also a secret affair. So you could be involved in a third-party situation. So Spirit is saying that you need to end this partnership. It's time to break up, separate, divorce, move on. For those of you guys who are in denial, Spirit is saying that you're just incompatible and you need to weigh out all of your options. If you have a fear of moving forward, that means you're just running from the truth, okay? So they're saying to stop procrastinating. There's an ending that needs to happen before you can have a new beginning. This is necessary for change and transformation in your life. One door must close before another door can open. Acknowledge your truth. Understand that this is your karmic repercussions, okay? So, meaning you and this person may have had ties from previous lifetimes. So, you know, or you could have, you know, done some things in this lifetime that you now are being called to not only acknowledge but pay for, okay? Understand that with the five of wands, this will only lead to more disagreements. You're going to be fighting with other people outside, you know, parties, competition. This person and yourself are not in perfect alignment, meaning you're going, you know, multiple different ways. So their life's work and purpose does not fit or align with yours. So this is about cross purposes, okay? You can expect arguments, you can expect fights, you trying to compete or outdo yourself. But ultimately, all it's going to do is block you because this person is playing mind games. They see this as like a thrill, like a sport. Okay, so if you decide to engage with this person, you can expect the 10 of Wands, which is, you know, you overextending yourself, over exhausting yourself, you fighting an uphill battle, you carrying most of the weight. Like I said, you taking care of others, pouring into others more than they're pouring into you. So you're fighting an uphill battle that needs to end. Death. Okay, it's time to change. It's time to make those necessary sacrifices. They're saying that it's time to cut out what isn't necessary for your life and your future. You may even be in a state of, you know, like I said, limbo for a while. You're going to be in a state of the unknown for a while, the in-between state. However, surrender to this experience, let go of what doesn't serve you, and it may show up in the form of a betrayal where you're disappointed, you know, where this person again shows you who they truly are. So yeah, you need to put an ending to that. Let that go. Let that go. Let that go. Okay, learn the soul lessons. That way you won't have to continue to repeat them. They will come back around in the form of other people who carry the same soul lessons or karma. They'll have a different face, a different name, but they'll carry the same soul lessons, okay? So be ready. So let's go to the overall outcome. So don't allow your flesh, temptation, you know, this person trying to romance you in some way, to pull you back in, because you have the Tower card coming in here. So with the Tower card, they're saying, okay, if you haven't learned the lesson yet, if bumping your head wasn't enough, then what we're going to do, we're going to bring the whole house down on you. So this is about everything that you thought could be, all the fantasies that you bought into come crashing down on you. So this is the biggest wake-up call of all, when you start to lose everything: family, friends, opportunities, jobs, careers, you know, homes, cars, whatever. Your way, you know, your beliefs, your path, you stay in a state of confusion, complete depression or darkness. So once that hits, it becomes very real. So that's when the universe sits you down. If you don't sit yourself down, they're going to sit you down. So the Ace of Spring, it's time for you to take action. Okay, be fearless, and you need to go after your dreams, and you need to be open to new opportunities. Okay, you're being called with judgment. You're being called to liberate yourself from your past, accept the truth. You're being called to release whatever weight and guilt that you are placing on yourself. You're carrying other people's emotional baggage. You're taking on the blame, okay? You're blaming yourself. You need to forgive yourself and others and transform this energy, transmute. You are the magician, aka the alchemist. So with the Four of Spades, whatever delays, worry, insomnia, financial troubles that you are facing due to disloyalty, infidelity, separation, divorce, you know, a breakup, it has changed your plans. But just because things have stopped suddenly, just because you have certain delays and blockages in your path, it doesn't mean that this is the end of the road for you. Okay, you need to seek inner guidance. You need to focus on yourself. You need to step into your own personal truth and power. Don't play the victim in a situation. Action is required, and you need to be more decisive when it comes to moving forward. Okay, so discernment is necessary. Whatever answers that you're seeking will not come from outside of you with the Page of Swords. This is someone who is, you know, watching the other person on social media, spying, talking to mutual friends, speaking to family members, trying to get some sort of insight on the other person. If you are, in fact, going through a legal battle, this can also represent that this person's watching you because they're trying to gather information on you to use against you, okay? No information will come from outside of you. You will have to go within yourself in order to get the truth, okay? So anything outside of you is just confirmation. So with the Three of Pentacles, you tried to work with this person. You tried to play fair with this person. So be the bigger person. Always remember, no matter what, when it comes to this person, you need to make sure that you are operating from your highest self. You know, make sure that you are remaining, you know, loyal to your ethic or moral code. Because I do see this person stooping to very low lows. So make sure that you're always operating from your highest self, okay? So you can expect this person to completely avoid you or avoid taking accountability or responsibility for their actions or lack thereof. You can expect this person to leave you to pick up or clean up the mess, you know, the broken pieces. So just make sure no matter what, you're doing what you need to do, that you're paying attention to the details, and that you are organizing and planning to come out on top, okay? So with the Page of Swords being at the bottom of your deck, Spirit is encouraging you guys to take a new approach, try something different, be courageous, and understand that no matter what blockages lie ahead of you, yes, you can overcome them. You just need to focus on success, focus on being vindicated and victorious, and you will come out on top, okay? You just have to take a new approach and stay optimistic, remain in faith, and not in fear. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it here for you guys. I want to say that we are in, you know, very interesting but exciting times. I do encourage you all to pick a side because it's evident, and it's been evident for quite some time, that we are in fact experiencing a spiritual war. Yes, you are seeing a physical war play out outside of you guys, but this is very much so, you know, spiritual, and it always has been. So I encourage you to always operate from your highest self, and always be led by your heart, you know, be led by love, you know. So yeah, so if you are interested in booking a reading with me, I am always available through my website, which is lawdivination.com. Also, yes, my cards are now available yet again. So if you are interested in purchasing my vintage key Cartomancy deck by Law Divination, I had to slow that down because yes, I do believe Mercury is in retrograde. Whatever's going on, there's a lot of planets in retrograde, and I did stammer through this entire reading. So yes, everything could be found on my website. I appreciate the love and support and your loyalty to those of you guys who remain loyal. But I love you all. Until next time.